speaking. Yes, I can solve your sales problem. You know where my office is, at the Spaces, right? I'll see you there soon. I'm gonna have my coffee now. Bye.
Hello everybody, hope everyone had a great day. Got an exciting topic I want to share with you guys, and I hope that you actually implement the strategy I'm about to share with you. All of you want to generate more sales, right? And I'm sure a lot of you want to learn how to close more deals to generate more sales. If that's what you're looking for, and you're a small business owner, an entrepreneur, and a salesperson, this video or this series of videos is for you. This is a 3-part series. I'm going to show you how to close more deals. Whether it's a cold call, whether it's a network marketing, whether it's a seminar, whether it's a text message, an email message, it doesn't matter. However you communicate with your prospect, this strategy applies. And if you apply this strategy, watch your sales grow. Now, how do you close more deals? Okay, this is part 1. Some of you probably heard me speak about this many times, but I'm going to keep harping on it, because when it comes to fundamentals and the truth and a strong foundation, that is something you must continue to talk about, take action on, and implement. That's just the way it is. If you look at the top athletes, the top musicians, the top actors and actresses, they stick to fundamental principles. They build a strong foundation, right? And then they work hard to become better than anybody in their profession, right? So selling and being a salesperson, an entrepreneur, a small business owner is no different. So step number 1 is the most important part, because if you cannot master step 1, forget about step 2 and 3. It's irrelevant. Okay? Now, step 1 is what I call the opening of the call, the opening of the conversation, an introduction, however you want to name it. For me, is the opening of the call. It's like the trailer of a movie. Right? The trailer has to hook you, get you excited enough to go to the movie theater and watch the movie, right? And hopefully the movie is as good as the trailer, right? So that's what the opening of the call is. Now, what does the opening call does between you and the prospect, or what it should do? What it should do is sets the tone for the conversation. It sets the tone for the sales presentation. It sets the tone for how the relationship is going to move forward or not move forward. That's what it's supposed to do. Now, there are 3 elements that you as a salesperson and cold calling, 3 things that you must earn and develop and show right away in the initial 3 to 5 seconds. Those are the 3 most important seconds on any cold call or any initial contact, however you communicate. Why is it important? Because those 3 things is going to determine the flow of the story, or the flow of the engagement of the story. What am I talking about? The number 1 thing that you must earn on the initial contact, on the initial call, is you must earn trust like that. You have to earn trust. It takes skills to get that in the first 3 to 5 seconds. Because without trust, you can't build nothing, right? You just can't. You may like somebody, but if you don't trust them, you're not going to do business with them, right? And you're not going to trust them with important things that you may have, right? So trust is important. That's what I'm able to do when I cold call. I just cold called someone a few minutes ago, and I was able to get the appointment from the prospect. But I earned trust right away. So trust is what you must earn in the initial stages of the conversation, of the phone call, of the text message, of the email. Whatever you do, you must earn trust. Number 2 is you must build and earn respect. They have to respect how you speak and what you say and how you say it. That they have to believe, the prospect has to believe that you are a professional, that you have solutions to their problem, that you're valuable to them, that you care about them, that you have their best interests. They have to respect you. Because without trust, you can't gain respect. And without respect, chances are you can't have trust, or you can't get trust. Because trust is something you give, it's something you earn. Respect is what you give, and you earn it back. Right? No different. Especially in selling, it's the most important thing, 2 things to get right off the bat. Now, once you have those 2 things, now you got to really step up. How do you do that? You got to show value. You got to give value. You have to offer value. Here's what I've learned in 30 years in selling. A lot of top salespeople are the most insecure people I've ever met. They're like actors and actresses. They don't want to share whatever knowledge they have, thinking their shit don't stink. For me, I give it. I share it. I don't care. It's free. But there's only one of me and one of you, right? It's our own different style. So you must always give value to the prospect. And you must be able to show that you can solve problems. For my clients, the 2 problems is this: qualified leads and sales. If I solve those 2 problems, I solve every other problem. Cash flow, revenue, profits, return on investment. That all follows, right? So at the end of the day, you must show value. Why? Because people want to buy value. And there's only 2 ways people buy. You, me, and everybody else. Either we want something or we need something. Think about it. If the prospect needs to do this and they need to have your product or services, they will resist you unless you know what you're doing. You got to get them to want your services and product that's going to help them because they need it. Because you see, wanting is an emotion. People will go to debt and borrow money to get what they want, even if they can't afford it, right? It's no different. That's human nature. That's what I mean about value. And when you show value, true, genuine value, how do you show that? Being authentic, be original, be sincere, right? And if you show that value, you give that value, it's priceless. The price is irrelevant. I never or very rarely have to negotiate my price unless I choose to. Because I give my value right up front. I let them know who they're dealing with and what they're going to get. It's just that simple. So by showing value in the beginning of a call or a conversation, that is the most powerful thing you can do. Because it's going to make step 2 and step 3 that much more effective and easier. Just think about it. There's 2 things we offer. Value, or we should offer value, and profitable relationships. That's how we grow our business. Right? Think about it. Don't you like to buy value or pay for value? You just don't want to get ripped off, right? It's no different. Because we're all buyers, we're all sellers, right? So the opening of the call or the initial contact, however you communicate initially with people, for me, is always on the phone. You have to set the tone. How do you do that? How do you set the tone for the relationship? How do you set the tone for the conversation? How do you set the tone for the presentation? How do you initially build that trust, build that respect, and give the value? I'm going to share with you, which some of you probably heard, I'm going to share with you some ingredients that you need to develop and have, and not fake it. The number one thing, you must be excited. Guess what, guys? Excitement sells. It's just the way it is. Everything you've ever bought, everything I've ever bought, we bought it because we were excited to buy it. Whether it's a car, right? Whether it's a house, clothes, a phone, a computer, a laptop. Excitement was the number one ingredient that triggered us to get emotional to go buy. And sometimes you need to get a computer, I get that. But most of the time, it's a want. I want to get me a new phone. But I don't want to go to the doctor. I don't want to buy insurance. Yeah, but you need it. You see my point? You have to be excited from the get-go. I encourage you to watch my last two previous videos that I uploaded where I'm cold calling prospect, and I go all the way through my whole presentation and closing. And you'll see that my excitement is throughout the whole presentation. Why is excitement important? Because that's how you engage people, right? In the movie business, it's called the hook, right? You get a trailer, get you all excited, get you hooked to wanting to go see the movie. Then you can't wait for it to come out in theaters, right? Then you go drive, you take your family to a movie theater, and it may turn out to be a shitty-ass movie. But they got you hooked, right? They got you emotional, they got you excited, right? It's no different. Excitement sells. What's the other thing you need? You need to have enthusiasm. Enthusiasm sells. It does. Gotta have that. And you can't fake that. You either have it or you don't. You can get it. What else you have to have on the opening of the call? This is all in the initial part. They got to feel your passion for what you do. They have to be convinced by your conviction that you could solve their problem, that you can help them, that you're valuable to them. You got to be persuasive. People say, I don't like to be persuaded. Cut that out. We're all being persuaded every single day. It's just the way it is. You could ignore it if you want. That's on you. But you got to have those ingredients. Because guess what? If you're not excited about what you do, you ain't going to have enthusiasm to continue to do it. You're not going to have the energy to continue to overcome it and get better at it. You're not going to have conviction. Try and convince somebody or buy something from you when you're not excited about it. You don't have conviction. You're not passionate about it or have enthusiasm about it. It all sells. And we all want to be persuaded because we all being persuaded every single day. I know it. I don't try to fight it. I understand it and deal with it. Right? So that's the opening of a call. Without any of that, you're not going to be consistent in closing more deals. You're just not. And it doesn't matter the industry. I call real estate people, I call insurance company, I call janitorial, commercial properties. It doesn't matter. My process is the same. I'm always excited. Why? Because I love what I do. And I'm good at what I do. And I have value. And I produce results. That's just the bottom line. It doesn't matter what the product is. If I believe in it and I know it's beneficial and I know it can help people, I'm going to sell it if I want to. Does that make sense? So, very important that you understand, in order to close more deals, you got to understand the initial process to it. I use a straight line method on all of my sales presentations. I've been doing it that way for over 25 years, and it works. But you got to be excited. You got to have enthusiasm. You got to have energy. You got to be passionate about it. You got to believe in what you do. You got to have conviction. You got to have persuasion. That's how you build trust. That's how you earn respect. That's how you're able to offer and give value. Because if you have no value, you got nothing. You just don't. Sorry to tell you that. And there's one last thing is, never fake it till you make it. There's a saying in business, fake it till you make it. That's a bunch of hogwash. I would never fake it. Never. I'm not saying I didn't before. I did. And I realized it was the worst thing I could have ever done. Because when push came to shove and it was time to perform, I couldn't do squat. I was ashamed of myself. Never do it again. So anyway, guys, this is part 1. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's been helpful to you. If you like this video, do me a favor, smash the like button. Share your comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. And also, if you want to follow me on my channel, just hit the subscription button below. Till we speak again, I say goodbye. And remember this: excitement sells. Have a great day.